All right, it's tea time. Welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well and you're in chill mode. That's highly recommended when you're watching this. All right, fantastic. Excuse me. Let me just fix that. All right. Okay. Let's get that out of there. All right, party people. Listen, it's popping on the lover's floor. Let me just clear the air. All right, fantastic. We dedicate ourselves and this conversation to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear our creative potential and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. All right, I call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and a wise and skillful application of the guidance that we receive. Okay, let's get it popping because I had 2 pages worth of downloads this past week after that madness. No, I'm not going to say madness. After that reading from last week, that had me deep in research mode. Okay, right there. So there's elements. Okay, I posted some songs. Okay, can we just look at the table or whatever? Look away. I just want to tell you some things. Okay, so I posted some songs from some energy I was getting during the week. I realized that there was some sort of tampering going on with the readings. Okay, but it's deep. It's so many layers, y'all. Okay, it's so many layers. Okay, so what I posted on the community board, those songs have many meanings. All right, so on the major level, it's going on between divine masculine and divine feminine, all of that energy right there. But it's on a spectrum, right? Okay. Then there's some of you are dealing with multiple exes, multiple masculines, attempting to, go over the contract and, see what they can get done kind of thing. So there's karmic layers to those songs, right? Shout out to Toni Braxton, by the way. She tore them songs down. Didn't she tear them shit? Okay, so anyhow, Miss Toni Braxton. So, like all of the drama there that Miss Toni brings doesn't apply to everyone, at that same strength, at the same level of CCs, but it's a spectrum. Here's how it came to me. A scale of love on the dark side of love. Okay? The dark side of love. A scale of love going from, this is how it came to me, going from Judas to Peter. That's how it came to me. Separate event, but then it connected itself. Okay? So you've got some Judases, ladies. Some exes that betrayed you. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, with the Judas and the Peter thing. Judas is the betrayer. Peter is the denier. If I have that correct, shout out to the real Christians. Correct me if I'm wrong. The guy who denied Jesus 3 times. Yeah. Okay. So you got some exes, or you have some divine masculines, or a divine masculine in your energy field that is it's a spectrum thing, right? So either you're with someone and this is your man and he's doing the whole spectrum. Like certain things he does, it's like, all right, I'll let you slide. And then there's certain things that it's like, well, what do I do with this? Like that was dead wrong of him, that sort of thing. If this is multiple masculines, there's masculines possibly and probably exes who were Judas level betrayers of your love, of your heart. And then there's Peter, right? You like that, right? Peter, who denied your love. You feel me? Which is a sin all by itself. But in Peter's instance, he actually had a mission and a reasonable explanation for why you don't want to also be, what do you call it? Crucified. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I got 2 pages. It's just too deep. Hold on. Let me just give you a couple of more points. Something on the pedestrian floor. Some of you are dealing with fraud. Somebody's committing fraud in your name with your name. So keep a thumbtack in that. That came to me. Fraud. Somebody's committing fraud. All right, mild to cataclysmic, but on the pedestrian floor, somebody's committing fraud, like the real fraud, like with paperwork. Okay. That's another thing. Okay, so in terms of the songs where divine masculine is connected to the karmic and the divine feminine, they're overlapping. You know, with some of those songs, they're overlapping where it's like what all women have in common, and the common denominator is the masculine. You know, holding both of those streams simultaneously so that the karmic is picking up on divine feminine and divine feminine's picking up on the karmic, or divine masculine put the karmic on to divine feminine and now she's got her own agenda. It's crazy. But the point is there's many layers, right? Where the karmic and the divine feminine feel similarly, but only one person is legitimate in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but he's giving legitimacy in certain instances to the karmic, and therein lies the problem. All right. So, it might be understandable. It might not be. Let's go to the reading. I'm so sorry if that was too much for you, and hopefully you had the sense to skip forward if I was talking too long. All right. So let's find out what the ancestors want to talk about. If something else comes up from my notes, I will then explain that. All right. But let's get to it. Ancestors, also, the lover's floor. The reason why I don't like going to the lover's floor, I learned over the week. Here's what it is. It's because the lover's floor is also the hater's floor. Yes. That is what I learned. That's why I don't like going down there. Okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Ancestors, what do we want to talk about with the children of God today? Please make it make sense today. Well, be the change you wish to see up in this bitch. Exactly. Let's talk about it. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Oh. All right, back like magic. Yeah, you, the one who sees what's wrong in the world and who knows that the difference between being an activist and being a whiny ass complainer is action. Okay? You want the world to be more kind? Kind the fuck out? What? I'm sorry, hold on. Kind the fuck out. And the people, what? Okay, I don't understand that line. Hate litter bugs, pick up some trash, can't stand judgmental blowhards, quit judging them for being so judgmental. It's kind of really that simple. Okay, I heard this recently from another reader. That's interesting. Be the change you wish to see up in this bitch. Let's talk about that, because last week we talked about making our own rules. Wasn't that last week or the week before last? Let's just let that rock. Let's just let that rock, okay? There's a lot going on. I'm so sorry if I'm already talking your ear off, all right? Hang on a second. Ancestors, break it down, please. Break it down. Bear with me. Please stand by. Please stand by. I don't want to be on the lover's floor too much anymore, right? I was called down here last week, okay, because somebody was taking over the building, apparently, without authorization. Let's talk more. Ancestors, talk about it. I think it was Divine Masculine taking over the building, but he didn't want to show his ID. So I was having a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Found out what that meeting was about too, ladies. Okay? Well, forced sacrifice. Be the change. Okay. Be the change you want to see up in this bitch. That's a must. Look like here. If you want some change, look like you have to do it. Exactly. I don't. Who's not? Okay, anybody? I don't know. Maybe something is not occurring to you. Maybe it didn't even occur to you that you could change it. I don't know. Okay, let's go further. What do you mean by that? Forced sacrifice. Break it down. Divine calling. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. You're being called. Look like here. Okay, God is calling somebody. Look like here. All right. Oh, I see. Seeing behind obstacles, things clearly as they are, seeing the matrix code behind the illusion, that is a must. If you want to see the spoon bend, you got to see past the illusion to the matrix code. I feel that last week Divine Masculine tried to bend the spoon manually. That's essentially what I feel like he did. He tried to put his hands on the spoon and bend it. That's not how, no, we're not doing that, okay? Also, okay, side note, can I go into it? All right, just bear with me, okay? This is real shit. All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I think happened. I felt like on my floor, let me just tell you how I felt on my floor about last week's reading. I felt like I was, like somebody took my sword from me, right? Somebody's trying to get in my head games, mind games. Okay? Mind games. Somebody was in my mental space. They was up in my psychic space. Right? And that's what I mean when I say trying to take my sword. You feel me? And they did. They took my sword. Oh my God. And that freaked me out, right? I was freaking the fuck out last week from my hard rocks. If you're new here, I was freaking the fuck out last week. You know? And so that's what I feel like is that you... Okay, I'm gonna just keep going. I'm sorry. I got so much to say, but it just falls apart. Okay, so, right. Because there's no sneaking. You see what I'm saying? Here's the God card. Here's the illumination card. Here's the sun card. We can't do things in secret because we can be seen. God can see you. God's calling us to be the alchemists. Do you feel me? So, okay, this is what I was saying about my sword. Okay. I feel like this is what I feel like happened. Divine Masculine works with demons. By the way, Divine Masculine works with demons. Yes. And by that, I mean they respect him. That's what I mean by that. He works with angels and demons. He works with the ancestors and the demons. And last week, I felt like Divine Feminine was being detained by a group of ancestors that I didn't recognize. So he has his own, entourage. And there was some demons in his entourage as well that respect him, that he works with energetically, right? This is a metaphor and, it's a spectrum, right? So, okay, I was not familiar with that as Divine Feminine, right? Hello, Divine Feminines, right? We don't get down like that, right? Okay, cool. But we were perfectly safe. You see what I'm saying? So in the instance of you getting your sword taken away or somebody infiltrating who has rights, but they don't have the right to abuse you. Do you feel me? They don't have the right to take away your will. They don't have the right. You can surrender your will, but they can't take it away from you. Let's move on. Okay. Right. Because karma. Exactly. Yeah, that creates karma right here when you are doing any mind game business. All right. I'm going to get to some enemies. By the way, you got some enemies, children of God. You have some enemies, they're kicking up in your readings as well, who are salivating desperately to see you fail. Oh my God, they are so hungry to see you fail, okay, on the player hate side. All right, FYI, side note on that. But when we are being deceptive here, okay, I get the sensation of... creating karma through deception, creating karma through trickery, that sort of thing, to force you to surrender your will. Okay, that's for the children of God on the non-binary floor, and that's for the ladies, to force you to surrender your will instead of doing what needs to be done to get you to willingly surrender your will. All right, let's move on. Doing the right thing. Right, I'm looking at you, says God. Better do the right thing. I can see you. Right, okay. Exactly. Pay the karma. That's it. Pay the karma. Okay, so what removing of the sword and the fact that the angels and the demons were working with him and respecting him, but by taking over the building, he let demons walk into the building. We don't get down like that, Divine Feminine. Hello? Behind the black veil. Do you feel me? Right. So, God let that happen, though, as we remember, right? Because we was in God's waiting room, right? The Divine Feminine was in God's waiting room, and God was like, sit right there, right? And that was at Divine Masculine's request. Oh, my God. Anyhow, so come to find out, God okayed that, number one, because that is Divine Masculine, right? But it's complicated, okay? Here's the thing. The Creator wanted you to learn how to defend yourself without your sword. I think we mentioned that last week. I think the Creator, ladies and children of God on the non-binary floor, wanted you to learn how to defend yourself with your chakras, so to speak, with your own energy, not with a weapon. You know, bend the spoon, don't use your hands. You feel me? They wanted you to try to see in the dark, and they wanted you to try to generate light in a darkened room through your consciousness, you know? Okay, so let's go on. Divine calling. Okay, the divine calling is respect Mother Nature. Respect the Queen of Pentacles. Respect this nurturing, supportive energy. It's supporting you. Support it back. Be reciprocal. Give and receive. Okay? Right. That's the message here. Impactful message. Movement. Okay? The ancestors are calling. I'm sorry. The Creator is calling us to do something physical and real. That's another theme. Okay? That's been happening between Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Now, if you've been with your Divine Masculine for a period of time already, this may be about, you know, him refining, evolving in the relationship, you know, and he's, you know, kind of flashing in and out of divinity. Okay. Which I can respect. Side note, which I can respect the fact that Divine Masculine works with demons. They respect him. Okay. The thing is, keep them outside. Okay. See, here's what I learned about Divine Masculine. Side note. Yeah. See, he owes you an apology. Look, he owes you an apology. Look, karma for the deception. Right. Very rude. That was very rude. Here's what I learned about him. He is a gambling man. Also on the pedestrian floor, gambling addiction. Somebody's got a gambling addiction, but certainly Divine Masculine has some kind of gambling addiction, ladies. It's a man thing, apparently. Taking risks with your heart, risks with your mind, risks with the connection. Yeah, that's pretty rude. Absolutely. I mean, the Divine Feminine appeared to be giving just a drop of nectar. You know what I mean? And this motherfucker acted like he was Ramses the Third. All of a sudden, thunder and lightning, and he's like, okay, so he was doing that. And suddenly it wasn't about Divine Feminine anymore. Suddenly it was like, I have the power, I'm so powerful, you know, kind of thing. And he just completely You know, I mean, at first I was like, well, let him have his moment. You know what I'm saying? But then it was going on and on. And then he tried to come down to the building and take over the building. Then he's like bending spoons. He's like, bending spoons. I'm the emperor. Bending spoons. I'm like, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? So, all right, he's a gambling man. He's a gambling man. Then there's some sort of feminine nexus that's happening. He's crossing the streams. See, that's why divine masculine can't tell between divine feminine sometime and the masculine sometime. I mean, and the karmic sometime, ladies. You know what I'm saying? He can't tell between the two types of women. It's because of the shit he's doing, the deception. You see what I'm saying? He's putting everybody in a karmic mood. And he's putting himself in a karmic mood. You know, is what I'm getting over the week. And what was it? Okay. Also, side note, there's something coming up with dogs a lot. Female dogs, bitches. Loyalty or not, right? Dogs are known for being loyal and or not loyal. Right. Okay. And there's some Anubis energy there. So, all right, back to the reading. Profound realization of self. You have to be the master of the head. Okay? Which is good. That's good news. What I suspect is happening is that, number one, there was some narcissism there, divine masculine. It's the narcissism for me. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, hello? Okay. But, you know, I feel like some of that is because of our history and, you know, what society has taught. And this masculine has worked with demons and he knows how to do the devil's work. Okay. And what I notice is that the creator does allow men to tangle with the darkness because, I mean, who else is going to do it? So remember we were talking about that during the pleasure principle reading? Somebody needs to review that because that was an easy one. Come on. We did that reading already. All right. They got a taste of the sexual power, ladies, and they lost their fucking mind, and it was just a drop. It was just a drop. That's nothing compared to what they could have in you, ladies. You feel me? That's nothing. And this motherfucker lost his mind like he was Akhenaten, like he was King Tut, he was fucking the emperor, he was Attila the Hun, all at the same time. From a drop of your energy, ladies. All right? Lost his fucking mind. All right, so, all right, okay. This is not a judgment. This is observe and report. This is not me criticizing anyone. All right, we're just looking at, I've been studying the species, the masculine species. Also, I think he was victimized severely by a reverse Queen of Swords. That's another thing that was coming up. A reverse Queen of Swords who was vicious. Not based on the truth, not based on fairness. A lion ass bitch, that sort of thing. Or a vicious ass, petty kind of, you know what I mean? And she might go back and forth. I don't know. You know, this could be one single person, you know, because he be having a list of karmics that he's mixing with. So I don't know. Or this could be one person who's going back and forth from the Queen of Cups where she needs you. She can't do nothing by herself. Oh, no, you got to fix it. No, take care. No, stay here. You know, all of that. And she might go back and forth between the severe, you know, negative Queen of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups. Get off on your floor. Okay, but here's some message about loyalty, because the Queen of Pentacles is about loyalty and reciprocation, and also having authority over the devil, having authority and confidence in life. Somebody wanted to take that away. All right. But and they might have did that because they were trying to be the change that they wished to see up in this bitch. They might have thought that's how you do it. Right? Well, okay, no. Right? Okay, so mutual respect. Right? Okay, making an offer here. Underneath, somebody knew they needed to make this offer, make this apology, keep the peace, pay the money, whatever the situation is for you. But they did this mind game bullshit on purpose because they were power drunk and power hungry. Now, some of this divine masculine energy and some of this masculine energy is not romantic. And like I said, some of it is with a masculine you actually want or you are with. And then some of you, it's multiple masculines. And there's some ex-masculines that were in your life that know they're supposed to even something karmically with you, and they're still, I want to say still, playing games. I want to say still. They're not convinced, ladies and gentlemen. Children of God, I don't know what level. It's not always romantic, right? Like I just said. Okay. But somebody knows they owe you something. Let's put it that way. They owe you some sort of karmic balance. And they tried to take it, they tried to make you, ladies or children of God, your enemies, or ladies, the masculine, tried to make you carry the weight that they were supposed to carry. You, the lady, the female. I mean, okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's get a segue. So, okay, so I get that also the masculines or whoever, it was, on the dark side, they, hold on. I just feel like they tried to take you over illegitimately. They tried to take control of you illegitimately. Right? And I feel like I explained all that in the Pleasure Principle video. That's the one with the thumbnail that's pussy pink. Okay? I encourage everybody to review that video, most particularly the Patreon part of the video where I was a little more explicit. All right? FYI, side note, okay? Highly recommended. Okay, right. Tried to make you give more than was fair. Because they didn't want to face their fears. Because they didn't want to get hurt. So they hurt you. Okay, so, all right. I'm just saying I don't understand. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't understand. Instead of taking a leap of faith. And that God is saying, yes, see, I know, son, whether you believe or not, I can tell. Okay, so so let me explain what happened in the office. Here's how it came to me, all right? You was told to sit down, surrender your sword, right? While Divine Masculine is in a private meeting with God. Okay. Well, while I was on my floor sitting down as Divine Feminine, because the thing was, even as your High Priestess, I was not able to get inside that meeting. That was meaningful for me. You feel me? Like, you seriously not going to give me the information? Not even with tarot cards. Okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, later on, God was breaking it down. Okay. So how it came to me is I was going down to the karmic payment office while I was in the waiting room waiting. I was like, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So I go down to the karmic payment office like, yo, do I owe some karma? You feel me? Like, do I owe y'all something? Because why are y'all confiscating my weapon? Like, y'all don't know me. Like, I'm not already cleared here. This is my building. I'm the manager of the building. Okay? Like, what's going on, right? So in the karmic payment office, right? This is a metaphor, right? So in the karmic payment office, they was like, no, what are you talking about? No, your accounts are fine. Everything's fine. So boom, instantly I know this is not authorized. Run back up to God's waiting room. Talk to the cosmic secretary, right? Let's call her Cynthia. Hey, Cent, right? Run up on Cent. Yo, could you see if God is still, is about to wrap up? She's like, yeah, it's about to wrap up, right? So follow me, right? So she opens the door, and what do I see, ladies? I see divine masculines with an S. Negotiating your price. Oh, yes, I did, girl. I nearly fainted. I nearly fucking fainted. I promise. I was like, what? You trying to get a discount? See, now, I'm sure you already knew about your exes, right? But if this is a new person, or if Divine Masculine is doing something in a new way that you're like, after I just told you, or after we already discussed, I don't know, get off on your floor, you know, what level it is for you. But it's just like, wow, so you're attracted to my worth, but you don't want to pay the full price, the full karma. You feel me? And essentially, divine masculine, the legitimate divine masculine, okay, tried to get a discount. I mean, sorry, I'm blown away by that. That was hurtful. That was incredibly hurtful, because that means you're willing to fool me. You're willing to, you need me to be beneath you. And you need to force it. Let me tell you something. Divine masculine must adore a challenge. No, ladies, not just any challenge. Not just any challenge. He likes an extreme challenge, because you were open to him, ladies. You were open to him. But no. He's going to sneak in. All right? If you've been holding pussy back, he'll fight you for it. Rather, no, seriously. He'll fight you for it. Okay? Like, meaning try to, you try to pressure him into, doing what you feel needs to be done for you to feel comfortable giving him whatever. And he's going to try to pressure you to try to give it up without him paying the full price. That's fighting you for your pussy. That's what I mean by that. You know? And it's like, why are you trying to Jew me down? All right? Shout out to the Jews with souls. Why are you trying to Jew me down? Why would you do that? Why don't you love my value? He didn't want you using that sword on him. That's what that was. Okay? And in my mind, the Queen of Swords was down in the lobby. Right? She went down to the lobby to get her shit back. And she was putting her sword away, and she was looking and yelling in the lobby, and she was like, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Okay? You ask for fucking, anybody can fucking get it, people. Anybody. That includes you, divine masculine. You know why? Because he was planning on, being with his beastly friends, because he's a beast. He's a hellhound. All right? And I respect that, divine masculine. I respect that, says divine feminine. But don't bring your fucking dogs in my building. And if you are in the form of a hellhound, you gotta stay outside with the rest of your dogs. Okay? Don't bring them in here. All right? No negative energy in here. And, since the ancestors were working with these demons, and yes, that's what it means for divine masculine to be coming in your life. It means that the game is raising. The game is elevating. New levels, new devils. And you have unlikely allies, divine feminine. And so does divine masculine, but he's more familiar with that territory than you are. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why they roll with him. They don't roll with us. You feel me? But divine masculine, if there's demons present around divine feminine, they have to work for her. They have to be subservient